Sonic has a slew of characters that are lovable, relatable, and incredibly fun to play. But naturally, a franchise that large is bound to have a few bad eggs that leave behind a sour taste for players. And while some of the characters on this list do have a solid fan base of Sonic fans who dig them, for the most part, their reception has been kinda negative. So today we're counting down the top 10 worst characters in Sonic. Hopefully your favorite didn't make the list. And at number 10 is Amy Rose. Starting off this list with a character who's gotten a lot of mixed feelings, Amy Rose is one of the more iconic Sonic characters in the franchise's history. And while a lot of people adore her, many despise her for being needy and clingy with Sonic. That being said, despite her character traits, she's a pretty fun character to play, and unlike many of the other characters on this list, actually serves a purpose in most of the game appearances she's made. Up next, number 9 is Shahara the Genie. Shahara the Genie is one of many absolutely useless characters on this list. She's meant to guide you in Sonic and the Secret Rings, but really just throws unhelpful dialogue at you. That at times can be flat out distracting. And in terms of the game's narratives, she doesn't do much to help Sonic progress in his adventure, or defeat any foes, despite, being a genie. And at number 8 is Dr. Eggman Nega. One of the unfortunate habits Sega has picked up over the years is creating new characters by ripping off old ones. Well, we'll get into that a little later on when it concerns Sonic and some almost doppelgangers of his. For this number, we'll be looking at Eggman's duplicate, Eggman Nega. Appearing in Sonic Rush, Nega is essentially the exact same character, but with different colors. And the addition of Nega just plopped onto the end of his name. And he has no interesting character development that sets him aside as a character in his own right. So there's that. And at number 7 is Cream the Rabbit. From her obnoxious high-pitched voice to her constant crying, Cream has been deemed as one of the more annoying characters in the Sonic franchise. The largest criticism for Cream is that she's pretty useless. Without cheese or KO, she just can't really do a whole lot when it comes to attacking. So what's the point? Macau. Up next, number 6 is Macau. Kind of like Navi from The Legend of Zelda, Macau was first introduced to us in a game tutorial, and oh boy, did it rub players the wrong way. So much so that players have actually tried to kill the character during the game, to no avail. Thank y'all. And at number 5 is Silver the Hedgehog. Silver is another character who received a mixed reception from fans. First appearing in Sonic 06, Silver felt like another carbon copy of Sonic. With Shadow already in the mix, Silver felt redundant. Like Sega felt the need to add another version of Sonic, except this one is totally different since he travels through time. At least Shadow has a distinct personality and actually gives Sonic competition when it comes to speed. Up next, number 4 is Charmy B. Yet another useless character. Charmy first appeared in Knuckles Chaotix, and didn't really add anything to the team. Charmy is hyper, loud, and outspoken, but doesn't really have anything interesting to say, and tends to cause more trouble than it's worth, even in the cutscenes, by being reckless and clumsy. And at number 3 is Chris Thorndyke. The only reason Chris didn't score our top spot on this list is that he's from the animated series Sonic X. Chris is notoriously viewed as the worst character in Sonic history, being fairly useless in the show aside from adding a hefty amount of whining. Pretty much every purpose he's supposed to serve is fulfilled by another character. Sometimes he takes over for that other character even though they've already done the work. And fans didn't like the fact that he was supposed to be Sonic's best friend, when, he already has a more than adequate best friend and sidekick in Tails. Just saying. Chris is rich, entitled, and critics called him dull, boring, and uninspired. A lot of fans felt the same way. And at number 2 is Big the Cat. First appearing in Sonic Adventure DX, Big the Cat was introduced in order to give developers a reason to justify adding a fishing minigame. Fans hated the large, slow cat, and were irritated by his general laziness, considering his character is supposed to be 18 years old. He's constantly losing things that you then need to go find, which was also an annoyance for fans. And that voice? Yeah. On the other side of things, some fans actually really liked the character. But that aside, to add insult to injury, Big the Cat appears in Sonic X, and has to, once again, search for Froggy. But this time, he has the help of our number 3, Chris Thorndyke. A match made in heaven. How did anyone even get through that episode? Princess Elise III. Making your debut in the most despised Sonic game ever surely can't be easy, and Princess Elise's involvement in the Sonic 06 narrative really didn't help much either. Elise is a bit of a spoiled princess, quite literally, and spends a lot of the game crying about stuff. She also has the hots for Sonic, leading to one of the most awkward kisses in video game history, which has fueled many Sonic's fans' disdain for the character. Aside from the kiss, she's pretty much useless, and fans have compared her to Princess Peach of the Mario franchise, except crappier, and and also like significantly more useless, as noted before. Alright, there you have it, friends. Who is your most despised Sonic character? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, if you dug this list, please hit those like and subscribe buttons. And if you're feeling more Sonic, why not check out our top 10 Sonic playlist. In the meantime, I've been Kelly Pally and this is Top 10 Gaming. I'll catch you on the next one.